skipped the whole. Yeah, we good. I skipped the whole intro. We did the intro already. But where were you? Where were you? I cut off the live. I apologize to the fans, man. Where we I should share this live so y'all don't confuse that live with the other live. Oh man. All right, here you go. Let's see. Yeah, what was you talking about though, T Tom? You was talking about the Knicks and the
Yeah,
record?
I was talking about Nick shit. I was talking about our last game and how the players was playing. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, quick overview. I was saying that we beat the Raptors last night off the strength of Jalen Brunson and the rest of his Villanova cohorts. Dante DiVincenzo scoring 21 points off of all 3 pointers. Josh Hart having a strong end of the third quarter, 15 points straight. Uh, and continued production and growth from Julius Randle being more consistent in scoring, rebounds, and efficiency. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I do want to add this little tidbit too. You always be coming up here with history, so I got some history about the Knicks in Toronto. The very first, what is stated as the very first NBA game is against the New York Knicks and the Toronto Huskies. And the Knicks also won that game 68 to 66.
Okay.
Uh, the leading scorer, what was the dude name? Hold on, give me 1 second. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, I think that's interesting.
Yeah,
That's different.
yeah. The leading scorer was Leo Galilei. Got it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. With 14 points, it was the high score of the game in the very first ever NBA basketball game. We kicked their ass then. We kick their ass now, and that's what we do. Fuck Canada. Let's go.
I think it's interesting because I thought Toronto was an expansion team. So,
No, so they didn't have Toronto didn't have a team for a while.
mm,
So just like if they ever give Seattle back a team, the
okay.
Sonics would be considered an expansion team. You know what I mean?
Right. I
Yeah,
mean,
so
yeah, technically, yeah. Because they left Seattle, yeah, and they
yeah,
did switch the last part of the name. It's not the Supersonics, it's the Thunder. The New York Royals became the Sacramento Kings. Um, you know, but I never heard what you said. The Toronto what? What was their names?
Huskies.
The Toronto Huskies. Did they become a different team or they just
I think
you
they lost their team, to be
know?
perfectly honest. I'm not exactly sure.
Mm-hmm. Because I know that the league started with 8 teams, I think. So I know it's the Lakers, the Boston, the Knicks. Shit, the Toronto Huskies was in there.
Yo, you know what's crazy, right? Barry's in my comments talking about a game that happened 2 games ago when he hasn't won a game since.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all haven't won a game since, Barry?
He said, "I know you saw that Booker game winner, but it was a good game though." Shout out to Barry early.
Hey, we just y'all up. Barry, you got one. Really? It's okay. I know you ain't used to no, they not. This is a fourth seed. The Bulls, man. See, look, this is what I'm saying. Bro don't even know what he be talking. I'm a KD fan, bro. Just talk about KD. Because you don't know nothing else about nothing else. Just talk for reason. We not going the bullshit. I mean, Angelo Blue good.
I'm here for it actually. Shout out to Angelo Blue, man. He said, "Fellas, talk that basketball talk facts." Shout out to Dame. He said, "What up, fellas? What up? What up, Dame?"
What up, Dane? You know what I
Um,
mean? Yeah. Sorry to cut you off for the bullshit, but go ahead.
no, no. I mean, listen. No matter how professional or unprofessional, it's really not unprofessional. I watch other channels and they do the same thing all the times. The chat be trying to talk shit, trying to get away with it. Because my thing is, when I started doing this, I didn't see the chat because I was sitting on the left side of tea time and the laptop would be on the right side.
Yeah.
And I wear glasses, so I wasn't seeing the chat. And he was always telling me like, yo, you should see the chat. I wasn't engaging with the chat because I didn't know what the chat was saying. And he just kept saying, you should see the chat. You should see the chat. In doing this from then till now, I do a lot of streams on a regular basis now, and you have to engage with the chat. And the chat has about maybe 5-6 comments before they comment gets scrolled up and you can't see it. But I like to cook the chat when the chat be talking crazy, especially when they think that I won't see it. Like I see it, you know, I might not have seen it before because it again on Reflex Radio, but other than that, ain't no way y'all trolling. Like it's not, you get that first, it say new comment, and then from then to the top, I'm gonna get you before you get to the top comment. I might not cut off what I'm saying exactly, but yeah, you're not getting away with that. So handle Barry and any other fan how you see fit. Barry done came to my page, done got work because of KD. He know what's up. And it just is what it is. You know what I mean? I asked my son if he wanted to take down the KD poster he had in his room. He said no. So he still has it up. So it's nothing really personal against him. But Barry, as a fan, be trying to stick out his chest about KD. And I'm like, you not like that. There ain't no debate you're going to get in. You won't get that smoke. So it is what it is. But
But Brock, to answer your question, I didn't bring up seeding. That was Barry. That was Barry. I just had to let him know, like, you're wrong.
Shout out to Brock
Word. But yeah, my fault.
To add to the conversation, history, you know, I'm checking history because, you know, again, to be honest with you, I thought that we would come in playing a different kind of brand of basketball. I haven't seen that. So I wanted to see when the last time we did. The last time the Brooklyn Nets were a top 10 defense was with Kenny Atkinson. We were the 9th ranked defensive team. We had, I think we had like had an under 500 record, but case in point, I wasn't looking for the record. I was looking for the last time we had a good defense. And I consider a good defense a top 10 defense. So right now we're like 20. And I think our defense is underwhelming, for lack of better words. And I feel like when I look further, I seen Byron Scott do it when he took the Nets to the finals. So my vlogging is consistent with the Nets being successful, being a better team with defense leading the charge. And I haven't seen that in Jacque Vaughn, respectfully. Where I'm high on his expectations because when I look back, seeing that he was 7-3 out of 10 games when he was an interim coach that same season that Kenny Atkinson had us a 9th ranked defense. So I'm, as a fan, a little perturbed, or whatever the word is. You know what I mean? I'm feeling the type of way about our defense because I feel like that's what's losing this game. So I won't harp on CJ missing a 3-pointer for us to win. We shouldn't have gave that team 129 points off of back-to-back. We shouldn't have gave Atlanta those many points. Case in point is we can't.
All fairness, sorry to cut you off. Atlanta has been scoring a ton of points, bro.
No,
like,
but
that ain't even on y'all.
It was on a back-to-back. I mean, they ain't tired. Like we took them to OT, you know what I'm saying? Like, like what's going on, man? Like at least we supposed to have more energy than them, you know what I mean? Like they shouldn't beat us in an overtime game off a back-to-back. So again, I think that happens because you don't slow the other team up. You slow the other team up. And you know, when you trade in baskets, that's a farmer's market, and not an NBA basketball team. So if we're going to win games, we're going to be successful in this league, you have to be a better defensive team. Jacque Vaughn made the Brooklyn Nets a better rebounding team. Interesting enough, we are the #1 rebounding team in the NBA, but it doesn't equal up to wins because of the defense. You know what I mean? Sometimes, you know, we not guarding the perimeter well enough. And Mikal Bridges, I won't say much because there's Knick fans here, and this is not a safe space to be speaking about such matters. Shout out to my Nets fans in the building. You know, I gotta be on full debate mode here. You can't come in here looking for a shoulder to cry on. But what I will
at all, because I got a question for you though. You talk about defense. You know where your team is ranked as far as defense go?
Yes, we're 20th.
Not 22nd. I just checked.
22nd, which is nasty work. You know what I mean?
But y'all are top 10 offense though.
But that don't win games in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? A farmer's market is where you trade baskets, arms, apples, pairs if you like. bruh, we not winning no games. There's no success. But if you was to go to a farmer's market and ask how successful are you trading baskets, they're gonna tell you about the plethora of good business that they've been doing as a recent. But a Brooklyn Nets basketball team trying to win games in the NBA, ranked 22nd, is just not going to cut it. Even us being a better rebounding team, the player development I've seen in Mikal Bridges, I'll say that, is him being a better rebounder as a Brooklyn Nets. But I feel like, and just me being, non-biased, I'm a big fan of the Brooklyn Nets, but it is what it is. That reputation he lives off being a defensive playmaker, I haven't seen it. Charlotte had 21 3-pointers, and a lot of times that we lose games, is because of the perimeter. It's not like these teams are getting rebounds and then putting it back up and scoring the ball because we soften the paint, which we were accused of many times. Now it's like our defense got kind of better in the perimeter. I mean, not in the perimeter, in the paint. Our defense got kind of way better in the paint now that I think about it. But the perimeter, they won't guard the three-pointer, bro. Like, we don't have Mikal Bridges to say, oh, the same defense he had as a player on the Suns, he brought that to the Brooklyn Nets, and he's stopping Donovan Mitchell, Terry Rozier, just the little guards. I don't expect him to stop Luka, respectfully, but I do, or Jimmy Butler, because he just physically, he's stronger than Mikal Bridges. But certain matchups, I do feel like Mikal Bridges should take advantage, and I should expect to see playmaking on the defensive side of the ball. And I haven't seen that as a fan. He went off for 45, so it's like his play development went to rebounding and trying to score the ball as a shot creator. And that being said, respectfully, he's not the top shot creator on our team. It's Cam Thomas. And he's not even second, but and Lonnie Walker's behind Cam Thomas. So respectfully, him being a starter in this league, yeah, he still puts up 20 plus because he's a great off-ball player. He gave me Reggie Miller vibes. I think Reggie Miller played with more of a dog in him, like more passion, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just mentally locked in more. But style of play, I get a lot of Rip Hamilton, Reggie Miller vibes from Mikal Bridges, and I like it because you can't double Cam Thomas that way. You try to double Cam Thomas, but then you got Mikal Bridges cut into the basket or something. It works out in the Brooklyn Nets' favor. And as T-Tom said, we're not bad on offense. It's the defense that needs work. A lot of it.
Yeah, but on the retrospect, as far as the Knicks go, the Knicks is a top 4 defense, which is to be expected of a Tibbs team. And we're 11th in offense. I said in the previous, I don't know if it was here or on Knicks-ish, where I said by the end of the season, we won't be a top 10 offense to go along with being a top 5 defensive team. We are on the path to doing that. We had a really rough start to the season. The first 6 games was a roller coaster ride as far as offense goes, but we starting to right the ship, if you will. What we need to do is beat a plus 500 team. That's something that we haven't done well so far this season. You feel me? We have a losing record against 500 teams, but other 500 teams we undefeated. That's now 9-0 against under 500 teams, and I think we got like a 3 and whatever number against top over 500 teams. That's something that needs to change, and I think it will, because when we play these teams that's over 500, it's not like we getting blown out by these teams. These are toughly contested matches, and little tweaks here and there, and we will start to win more games. But the overall trend of the team, I'm a fan of.
Why you stop what you were saying and look at the comments?
Because I'm reading, because Said never here. So.
That's Sad. What up? Yeah. What up?
I see nothing new from the Knicks this year that I have seen in the last 3 years. 8 of the 12 wins, sub 500 teams. Yo, listen, Sad. Listen, Sad. Actually, it's 9 of them. It's 9 out of the 12 wins. You know what I mean? But yeah, listen, Sad. You stay over there. You a Net fan now, bro. Don't worry about what the Knicks doing. Worry about what you seen different from your team now. Because I've seen nothing new from the Nets.
This is actually the show for him to do that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
shout to say.
yeah. I've seen nothing new from the Nets, but worry about that over there, good brother. You know what I mean? Worry about that over there.
Hold
But
on,
back to what,
I just want to say, sad is the reason why I say Nets fans is the best fans. Seen them on Instagram, chilling with Mr. Whammy, huh? Chilling with Mr. Whammy. So I just wanted to say shout to you for that, man. He goes to the games. Nets fans is the best fans. And if he with
that's
Mr.
cap.
Whammy, he a legendary
That's cap.
fan. Mr. Whammy is a legendary fan. And if Sad was with him, that makes him a legendary fan. Legendary fans, that's what we got with Nets fans. The Knicks don't got a Mr. Whammy, a
What you
homegrown
talking?
fan.
What
Y'all
you
got
talking about?
let me
What you
tell you,
talking about?
that's
We got
not
the
famous.
hold
But
on.
let me finish. Let me
We
finish.
got the most
Let me
legendary fan of all time.
let me tell you. Let me finish. Mr. Whammy is a regular Joe. He is a man with a working job that made it cool to take your girl to the game. There
Yo,
ain't no, hold on. He is part of a legendary couple fan base. Mr. Whammy and Mrs. Whammy are the best fans in the
boy.
New York City area
Cap.
because they were and still were one as Nets fans together. They found love together as Nets fans. There's never been a Knick fan couple like Mr. Whammy and Mrs. Whammy. We are the originator of the best fans because they started dates. You want to go on a date? Took her on a date. Made her, that's a pastime for you to take your girl to a game because of what Mr. and Mrs. Whammy started. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So now, first of all, to say that there's never been a Knicks fans who've been on who go on dates to Knicks games. There's actual. I've seen the commercial of a couple who started going on dates to Knicks games, and now they just recently got married like 2-3 years ago. So first of all, that's cap to say that's never happened for Knicks fans. And second of all, you think Spike Lee started becoming a Knicks fan when he was famous? No, he was reportedly a Knicks fan since a kid, and he's the most famous fan of all.
And he ain't taking his lady out like Mr. Whammy.
The most legendary. Spike Lee is listen.
I'm saying
Spike
couple
Lee.
fans.
But look,
Couple
I like Spike Lee, but Spike Lee kind of weird. I don't think he's ever been. Is he married? I don't know.
He got kids. He got like
That don't, bro. Listen,
kids.
that don't mean you married.
I mean, you say
when
when you say where, like how, like
he is? Oh, so he is married.
Yeah.
Maybe I've never seen his wife. Maybe she don't like the spotlight. It be like that. But what I'm saying is this. But what I'm saying is this, bro. Spike Lee is the most legendary fan of all time. The most legendary fan of all time.
I'm saying couple. They brought I give it to Spike Lee. I'm not taking it from Spike Lee. But couple? Like a fan couple.
So what?
That's not so what? Nobody else was taking their girl like it was a cool thing. Yo, bring my girl to the game.
Who said nobody else does that? Who says nobody else does that? You guys.
I'm saying that they made it cool. They the original Dun
you guys needed a mascot, so y'all found Mr. Whammy.
Nah, he's not a mascot. We had a night. Don't do that. We had a night. We already had an official mascot.
Yo, listen.
Mr. Whammy is legendary.
Yeah, you guys,
his girl to the game.
You guys needed a mascot. Y'all found Mr. Whammy, and that's why. But for you to sit here, that's to say that no other Knicks fan has taken his girl to the game or go on dates with their girl to the game it's ludicrous. And
I'm not saying that.
And you're making stuff up because
I'm not saying never happened. I'm saying Mr. and Mr. Whammy are the original they the originals.
No, they're not. They're not.
It's not Spike Lee and his girl.
You can't say
it's
that.
It's not Stephen A. Smith and his girl.
You can't say that. You can't say that they're original. No, you can't.
You can't debate.
You don't. You don't know. You can't say
I
that
can
for
say it, but you can't
no.
debate it.
You can't say that for a definitive fact that he's the original guy who took his girl to a net game date. You can't say that.
He
You
the one that
you
at
you
minimum
can
made it cool to do
you
it on
could
a regular
assume.
basis.
You could assume, and
That's
that's
a
another.
fact.
No, there's not. You making an assumption again. You making an assumption. You don't know these things to be fact or true. You're sitting there making assumptions about something that you really don't know about. That's okay.
Tiki Quan said Spike ain't under the basket, making players miss free throws. Hold on,
bro.
Listen, hold on.
Bro.
I want to have this conversation. Who's the better fan, Mr. Whammy or Spike Lee? And let me finish. Let me say my piece, then I want to hear your piece. I would go anywhere and debate you this, but since we here, we could do it now. My thing is this. When it come down to Mr. Whammy, for one, shout out to Tiki Quan. That's a great point. Spike Lee ain't involved like that. You understand?
What?
Mr. Whammy, listen, Mr. Whammy, hold on, don't do that. Because I see Spike Lee on one knee taking a picture of Golden State Steph Curry after he done broke a record in the Garden. So stop. I ain't never seen Mr. Whammy get on one knee and take a picture with no opposing player. So with those two things, I don't understand how you can compare Spike Lee to Mr. Whammy. Spike Lee he's not on the same level as Mr. Whammy. It's a space between them as fans. Mr. Whammy, for one, he helps the free throws. Huh? Spike Lee ain't never did that. Also, Mr. Whammy.
This is the dumbest shit ever. But go ahead.
Mr. Whammy is the first one in the tri-state area that both of us can think of. You don't even have nobody to debate as a couple that can go against what I'm saying. Mr. Whammy and Mrs. Whammy made it cool as a couple to go on dates as a regular thing every home game. I never seen no Knicks fan do that with no woman, no girl, no date. I never seen it. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm not saying you don't even know a debate. Right now, hopefully you're doing your Googles. But
I don't need to, but go ahead.
Right now, as of now, Mr. Whammy is the best fan out of this city. Are you done? What he did as a fan for this city. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, so boom. First and foremost, about the whole Spike Lee taking it's a legendary moment. That's history. First, it's two. Nobody else recognized Mr. Whammy in NBA. Nobody cares about Mr. Whammy except for y'all. Spike Lee, they know who Spike Lee is. Nobody care about Mr. Whammy except for y'all. Everybody in the NBA, old, young, know who Spike Lee is, and they know who he a fan of. You ask probably a lot of these NBA players who Mr. Whammy is, they're gonna be like, who? Nobody cares. And as far as missing free throws, people miss free throws every game. That has nothing to do with Mr. Whammy.
Yes, it does.
He just like to sit there and do this. That's what he like to do. That's his thing. I'm not mad at him, but he's not the cause of nobody missing a free throw. People miss free throws every game, bro.
Professionals?
People, absolutely. People in every stadium is yelling and cheering.
The Whammy.
People in stadiums, I've even heard NBA players say that the cheers and the boos do not distract them or matter.
That's not
It don't matter. It don't matter. So that's what y'all like to think, because that give y'all hopes and get y'all spirits up that Mr. Whammy is doing something. Relax, bro. Mr. Whammy ain't make nobody miss a free throw. Shout out to Mr. Whammy, though. You know what I mean? Respect to him, RIP to his wife. But nah.
But you still didn't debate what I said. You still did. No, you going all around the world, but you
no, I'm not. I debated every other point. What are you talking about?
Okay, so you give it to Mr. and Mrs. Whammy as a couple. I'm saying as a couple.
Now, first of all, you're making an assumption that nobody ever did it before Mr. Whammy. You don't have no proof that they did. Second of all, you said you don't know Knicks fans that actually take their girls to date. Shout out to the homegirl, Mrs. Knicks 2.0. I see her and her boyfriend at games all the time. So to say you don't know no Knicks fans that do it because you're not a Knicks fan. You're not a Knicks fan.
Listen,
so again,
Okay.
Everything that you said is not facts. That's opinions and assumptions.
Okay.
Opinions and assumptions.
said DeMar DeRozan daughter definitely made some niggas miss free throws last season, last postseason. I know what he's talking about. I remember that game.
When she was screaming.
Yeah. I remember that. But no, hold on.
Screaming is different than doing this.
Listen. They do a hey Zari. They do an actual stat. They do an actual stat and show the free throws count after the game for the opposing team, and they always call it the whammy effect, and they always look like the Nets shoot better than most times. Most time the whammy effect works. And again, to reiterate what I said,
shit, bro.
To reiterate what I said, Jimmy J1 is the one making shit up, talking about nobody care about the Nets. Like, that's a lie. Know what I'm saying? So I'm even out here shaking the fan base up, not causing elbow room. Knick fans even know. You heard a big fan, Breezy? He causing elbow room. What? They making noise over there. Though that net fan base is growing because
where was the whammy effect when y'all played the Hornets? They ain't missed not one free throw, not one.
Touche. Now I know all this. Touche. But what I will say is this: the whammy has been with his wife at games for I don't even know how long. So I'm saying that to say, even if he's not the first one to do it, him and his wife are the first couple, like a famous couple that always went to the games together. And I think they part of the reason why the fan base grow too. As a fan base, you look at these fans, you say, wow, they big fans. They legendary fans. When you hear me refer to Mr. Whammy, I most times say legendary fan. He's a legend. Him and his wife are legendary fans, and the whammy effect is real. Now, he might not have been the first one actually as a fan, whether it be Nets or Knicks, maybe not. But there's no debate towards as far as this couple out predates Mr. and Mrs. Whammy. So that being said, even if it's me as a fan claiming it for them, it is what it is until I hear a debate towards it. But even if they're not first, they the first to make it cool to just have your girl at the game on a regular basis. No Knick fan I see do that. You'll see Spike Lee, but like you said, never seen him with his wife. You'll see it Celebrity Row, and they might have a little honey dip on their arm, but they ain't their wife. He made it cool to bring your girl, your main squeeze, not your,
bro.
Not your, you know what I'm saying?
You keep on running with this. You keep on running with this. Made it cool. He didn't make people were taking their girls and wives to Knicks games for forever. Y'all just started covering it.
He was a fan from Jersey.
He was a fan from Jersey, but you guys, it just started. I did not hear about Mr. Whammy until like 5 years ago. Y'all just started.
But so you're not a Nets
fan.
So
again. That don't mean I haven't watched net games. That don't mean I don't watch the net games when they play the Knicks. You feel me? But to answer So Greasy question, while Spike was at a Nets game, well, he's not supposed to enjoy basketball. I've been to Nets games when the Knicks wasn't playing. That doesn't make me a Net fan.
Mr. Whammy ain't never go to a Knicks game.
Who cares? He probably
legendary. He better than him, man. Just say Mr. Whammy better than Spike Lee.
He's not. He probably can't afford to. He probably can't afford to.
Nah.
You can't listen. Season tickets for any franchise is expensive. Then to go,
you're not gonna do that to another Mr. Whammy. You're not gonna do Mr. Whammy.
I said he probably can't afford to.
He probably could.
He probably could, but he probably can't too. Just the same.
He probably don't want to go to a Knicks game because he got true. At the
end of the day, Spike Lee went to one net game, and y'all gonna run with that, right? Y'all gonna run with that one net game, and it was a playoff game. The Knicks wasn't in the playoffs. It was one playoff game, and y'all gonna run with that. And he made a conscious effort to wear blue. He wore Brooklyn paraphernalia, but he wore blue. He didn't wear no net colors. He wore Brooklyn Dodgers stuff at a Brooklyn Nets game. Men got more than enough money to go buy a jersey, to go buy a hat, to go buy something, a t-shirt, a towel, nothing. Nothing.
Yo, and also shout out to So Greasy. They come and hit. Listen, the Nets never did the Mr. Whammy the way the Knicks did Spike Lee. Spike Lee's such a big fan, and he got done like that. So case in point is, hold on,
bro.
Hold on.
You cut me off, yo, bro. You cut me off the whole time I was talking.
Go ahead.
So,
I know,
because I know what you about to say. I know
go
what
ahead,
you about to say.
I'm gonna go after.
And two, people who are not Knicks fans hold on to whatever happened to Spike Lee more than Spike Lee did. Spike Lee's still at the Garden. Y'all still harping on that, and Spike Lee already got over it. He was asked to go through a different exit because he was no longer allowed to go through a certain exit. It was a miscommunication between him and the Knicks office, and that was the issue. Issue resolved. He still be chilling with James Dolan, but here you are, the way the Knicks did Spike Lee. Chill out, bro. Chill out. Get over that. That's old news. Because if it was that big of a deal, Spike wouldn't be still at the front row of the Garden wearing a fly original Jalen Brunson puffer vest. You know what I mean? With the fly original Jason Brunson puffer vest. Matter of fact, he was in Toronto. Spike was just in Toronto at the game. I never seen Mr. Whammy cross country lines to go watch the Nets. I never seen that. I never seen Mr. Whammy hop on a flight to go watch the Nets.
Yo,
that's
I'm waiting. I'm just waiting, bro. I'm just waiting.
I see a lot of cap in the comments. He pulled the VIP card. He's still VIP, bro. What you talking about? Still Spike Lee. Spike Lee is the only person that you see walking on the actual court when the game is happening. Spike Lee is the only person that you see walking on the court when the actual game is happening.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yo, you finished? Are you finished?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay, listen, man. This is hilarious. Again, this is what I'm saying. You said that Spike Lee is over it. No, he went on a world tour. He went on a Stephen A. Smith show. He was mad.
How many years ago was that?
Hold on.
How many years ago was that? How many years ago was that? How many years ago was that? You say he not over it. How many years
Hold on, you just
that?
asked me to let you
right
talk.
There.
All I'm saying is, you said that it didn't mean much to him, but he went to Stephen A. Smith, and you know Stephen A. Smith, he was amping it up, hyping it up, and Spike Lee had a valid point. How could you tell me I can't come through the back door with such short notice? I spent so much money here. I always drop the bag here. Like, how you treating me like this? What is your valid reason or excuse to treat me like this? What did I do as a Knicks fan to make you feel this way? How could you take away the honor away from what I'm used to, what I'm accustomed to? Everybody knows that. In me, I'm a fan of the game. Everybody knows there's special fans for NBA teams, and he's homegrown, like you said. He ain't come from somewhere. He's not some indescript random fan that just famous. And like you said, he was a fan before he came before he came a director. Before he was a famous Hollywood movie director.
Oh my God, get to the point, bro.
Actor. No, I'm just saying, how serious was it? Because, yeah, I think he saved face for the Knicks because at that time, that's what he needed to do because of his loyalty. He know his loyalty is to the Knicks fan base as a fan more than it is who running it. So I give him that. I'm just saying, he holds a lot of status. When you contrast him,
oh my God,
Mr. Whammy is by far the better fan. The Nets never disrespected Mr. Whammy, always held him to a high honor. That's not cap. And on that note, again, this is the difference between Mr. Whammy and Spike Lee. Mr. Whammy always made it cool to bring his girl to the game, not Spike. No, I don't know why. I ain't seen him with his son. I ain't seen him with his daughter. I ain't seen him with his wife. I don't know. Mr. Whammy made it a family thing. You know, Spike Lee did that because, you know, I don't know, like you said, maybe he can't afford to bring other people. Maybe he can just afford him. Them tickets is expensive. You know, maybe he can only afford one ticket, but good Mr. Whammy can make sure he can afford a ticket for his wife.
Bro, listen, first of all, you know Spike Lee got more than enough money to afford to bring his wife to the movie. Now, two, like maybe she don't want to be in the spotlight. I never really see Spike with his wife anywhere. You feel me? Like, so that's a thing. Then two, you keep on talking about Stephen A. Smith is not a real Knicks fan. Y'all gotta stop using Stephen A. Smith as a benchmark for Knicks fans. He's not. Knicks fans don't respect Stephen A. Smith as
Spike
a Knicks
Lee respect him.
And Stephen A. Smith got Spike Lee up there for ratings because that's what Stephen A. Smith used the Knicks for, ratings. He know if he say bad stuff about the Knicks, he gonna get the clicks and the views.
But why Spike Lee will go if Knicks fans don't respect him? And Spike Lee is a legendary Knicks fan.
Bro, you talk about stuff that happened years ago. I already said that he's over. But I'll answer the question.
Thank you.
He did feel a kind of way. He did feel a kind of way. But what has been proven is that he don't feel no way anymore. He's still a season ticket holder. Spike don't get those tickets for free. He still pay his money to be a season ticket holder. And if he really felt like he was disrespected, who would spend all that money for a place that they felt they didn't respect them? Nobody. Nobody. I don't care who you hold high regard to. That's a lot of money. If you felt like the organization didn't respect you as a fan and a contributor to the organization, you would not support. But yet still, the man is still flying across country line to go watch the game.
He said, Leaf Diggy said Spike would. He still would
listen.
Go.
Listen,
I think he's more important. He feel more important than Dolan as a fan and what he does for the culture and the fan base.
First of all, listen, I love Spike. Nobody's more important than the Knicks, bro. Nobody's more important than the Knicks. As a fan, as a player, nobody.
No, I'm not saying more important. I'm saying more important than Dolan. Like Spike Lee means more to the Knicks than Dolan means to the Knicks. I think Spike feels that way. Maybe I'm wrong.
Nobody means more to the Knicks than the name that's on the front. Fan, player, owner, nobody, bro.
I didn't say that.
No, I'm telling you, because you're making an insinuation that Spike Lee means more to the franchise than the person who actually owns the franchise. It's kind of crazy. It's a wild statement.
Culture-wise?
That's a wild statement. Listen, if Spike Lee, I reiterate, love Spike Lee, love him as a fan. But if he didn't show up to another game, it wouldn't matter, bro. You know why?
Wow.
You know why? Because we don't hold. We don't hold. Like y'all, Mr. Whammy. No, we don't have none of that because it doesn't matter. All we care is that you rooting for the team. That's it. And if you feel some kind of way that you didn't want to come to games no more, okay, niggas still gonna root for the team. So that whole theory that you got is trash. And the fact of the matter is, you harping on something that happened how many years ago? That got to be like 5 years ago. It got to be like 5 years ago, bro. Got to be.
I'm just saying, the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I'm contrasting him to Mr. Whammy. Now, this is not a sub or pun towards Spike Lee, but when he's in the same room as Mr. Whammy, there's an understanding.
No, it ain't.
Who must bow to the
No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
All right, hold on. Let me get serious. It's an understanding that, again, all the things that I said prior, right? Not to stay here forever. But also to the fact I got a challenge. I got a challenge. Hold on.
I got a challenge. Hold on. Somebody find me. Send us the Michael Allen scheme because if anybody could do it, he could do it. Find me a picture of Mr. Whammy from the 90s, man. Somebody do that. Okay. And I'm not saying it's impossible.
Next thing.
I'm just saying, do that. Tag me in that on Facebook.
I got time, cuz. I'm gonna do it before the show. I'm gonna do it before the stream over. I'm gonna do
All
it
right,
before the stream over.
please,
You know
please,
what I'm saying? Oh, I'm confident.
please.
So where was I? Like I said, not to stay here for forever, right?
Yeah,
But
because we've been here on this topic for forever.
I just thought it was hilarious that you just want to let it go. I just thought that you would say, "Yeah, you got it, Mr. Whammy, Mrs.
No,
Whammy."
because
They're
that's
the
cap.
first ones. None of them
That's
saying
cap.
that made it cool to
Why
bring your
would I?
burn
Why
on
would
a
I let you
regular
get away with?
basis.
Why
Because you
would I
don't
let
have
you
a
get away
couple to
with cap?
debate me.
Why would I let you get away with cap?
But you don't have a couple to debate the Mr. Whammy and Mrs. Whammy couple. Like there's no couple in your mind that you could think
when
of.
you
that
say make it cool, you make it sound like he was the first person who ever took his wife to a game, and I'm telling you that's cap. You can't say that. That's
no, I'm not
false.
saying okay. I'm with you on that. Maybe not the first one, right? But made it cool to do it on a regular basis. And and it's famous not because of their job, but because of them being a fan.
This is you know why it's ridiculous? Because there's
Spike Lee wasn't a famous fan before he was a director.
There's thousands of Knicks fans that go to games together as couples. Like y'all just have nothing else to cover. Y'all have nothing else to cover, so y'all cover Mr. Whammy. He's an old guy. He's there with his old lady. You know what I mean? So R.I.P. to Mrs. Whammy. But that's what y'all have to cover. You feel me? That's what y'all have to cover. Y'all have to cover stuff like that. You know what I mean? Because y'all ain't really got nothing else to talk about. Y'all ain't really got nothing else to talk about.
Wow. All
So
I'm saying is somebody says something about Spike Lee going to Toronto.
Mr. Whammy is only famous in the netverse. Not famous nowhere else. Not famous nowhere else. Only in the netverse.
I disagree. I think if you were to ask around the NBA, if they did, even if they did, you got the guy Suns in 4 clocking somebody for the Suns. If you was to think about all of the famous fans that every NBA team has, he is a fan favorite because he's a fan. He's famous from being a fan, not because he's a lawyer out of New York. No, he's not famous for that. He's famous because he's a fan. I mean, they celebrate him in the Barclays.
Yo, bro, exactly. They only celebrate him in the Barclays. I guarantee you, you go around the country with 2 pictures, one of Spike Lee in the Knicks jersey and one of Mr. Whammy in the Nets jersey, and you go, who's this guy in the Nets jersey? People gonna be like, I don't know. You go, who's this guy in the Knicks jersey? They gonna go, Spike Lee.
Mr. Whammy got a jersey with his name on the back. Do Spike Lee got a jersey like that?
Bro, Spike Lee is getting custom made fits. He showed up to the Knicks game with a Jalen Brunson puffer jersey, tough, custom fit. What are you talking about? I could go get
Jalen Brunson.
I could go right now and go get my name on the back of a jersey for $150. One thing I can't get is that Jalen Brunson puffer. I can't get that nowhere. I could go get my name on a jersey right now. Matter of fact, I could go buy a Nets jersey and get Mr. Whammy name put on the back right now. Like that ain't. You know how many people got? You got a jersey with your name on the back. That don't make you special. That don't make you special. That's regular. That's regular stuff. Jimmy J1 got a jersey with his name on the back.
That's special,
bro. It's regular stuff that's done on
a regular basis. Regular fans don't have that. Special fans have it.
No, regular fans have that too, bro.
You can't name three people Knicks fans you know. Matter of fact, name one Knicks fan you know with their jersey. Besides him.
Jimmy J1. Why I gotta do besides him?
Because you just met him through this. You just met him. You've been a Knicks fan since for the 90s. So you only know one Knicks fan. So why you saying it's only regular fans? It's a lot of fans.
I'm not wasting my memory bank on people who got their name on the back of a jersey.
Never met a Knicks fan before Jimmy J1. Never.
That's cap.
You have no evidence.
Cap. You have no evidence that I didn't. You just making stuff up right now, bro. Relax. You making stuff up to try to prove your point, and it's wrong. It's normal stuff for people to get their name on the back of jerseys, bro. That's regular stuff. It happens every day. That's why the NBA store makes it a service because they make money off it every day.
Now, I'm just saying, one special fan with Jimmy
Bro,
J1, and a lot of regular fans with. Now I'm saying they got regular jerseys.
There's a lot of regular people
who don't have special jerseys.
There's a lot of regular people who have their name on back of jerseys, bro. You don't make you a special fan. You know what makes you a special fan, Big Fan Breezy? The fact that you do this vlog every day. Not because you have your name on the back of a jersey. It's because you do a pod. That's why.
Hold on. Tiki Quan said, how can you compare that when Spike Lee is a celebrity? Laughing my ass off.
No, Tiki Quan. He said that Mr. Whammy is famous. So if he's famous, why can I not compare him to another famous person?
I said famous as a fan. He's famous as a fan.
If he's famous as a fan, NBA fans would know him. And my point is that other NBA fans do not know him. That's my point.
Do a poll. We gotta do a poll and see whether or not
you cannot do a poll in Knicks versus Nets. You can't do a poll in Big Fan Breezy. So where we gonna do it? We don't have.
I'm going to Twitter and I'm tweeting the NBA. How famous is Mr. Whammy around the league? Because I guarantee you that the players of the NBA know who he is. And if you're a fan of your team, respectfully, and they play the Brooklyn Nets, you know.
And I'm 90% sure that most of your following on Twitter are Net fans.
No, I'm not going to go to the Nets page on Twitter. I'm going to go to the NBA and tweet the NBA. They got a Twitter. Okay. I'm going to tweet them and ask them. Because when it comes down to the players in the NBA,
even when you tweet it, even when you tweet it, you know who's going to see it first? Your followers. So again, it's still going to be a skewed poll. Pause. That's crazy.
Word. He said, I don't even know how to follow that up. So Greasy Wick said, if Spike wasn't a movie star, he probably would be just like us. I don't know. I give Spike Lee the benefit of the doubt, and I think he's a great fan. I just don't think he's a better fan than Mr. Whammy. That's it. And to know that Mark Jackson gave him the Mr. Whammy name, icing on the cake.
We got. Well, we could go over today, but we spent a lot of time on this. We gonna have to agree to disagree.
No. I wasn't going to go. But go ahead, change the topic. It's all goody.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree. So next topic.
Oh, okay. Just this last thing about Tiki Quan. He said, I think the Nets gave him a jersey with his name. I don't know if the Knicks can afford to do that. All right, now we leave it alone. I just want to say that.
You know how stupid that sounds? The richest franchise in the NBA can't afford to give a fan a jersey. Come on. Tiki Quan, you smarter than that, bro. Relax.
All right, so let's get to some basketball. Now, what I will say is that I did see the list for the top 6 men that is played, and Lonnie Walker wasn't on the top of the list. He was in the conversation. Actually, he was number 16 out of 20. I seen Emmanuel quickly was like in the top 5. He might have been number 1. So respectfully, y'all got it right now. Lonnie Walker, he played less games than Emmanuel quickly, but Lonnie Walker is balling. When he is playing, he's or Cam Thomas wasn't playing, his points per game stepped up. He played better. He just scored more. We was able to go to him more. When we needed him, it's like a next man up mentality. And Lonnie Walker is a dog. I think that the Nets take him seriously going forward. He's out tonight's game versus the Orlando Magic, but I hope the Nets take him seriously. He plays more games than he doesn't. And to give you a barometer, Ben Simmons played 5 out of 18 games. Right, Lonnie Walker played about more than half of the Brooklyn Nets games. Excuse me. So he's more available than Ben Simmons. In contrast, just to show the productivity of what Sean Marks did with the roster. And how Lonnie Walker was such a good pickup. But I think he would continue being in the 6-man conversation. But I'm a walk back what I said about him being better than Emmanuel quickly right now, respectfully.
Yeah, quick is that guy, man. He's a bucket, man. Love to see him play basketball. I no shade to Lonnie Walker. He's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing. It's dope to see. I mean, he took a chance on himself, and he gonna cash out on that chance for real. I mean, he came to the Brooklyn Nets. He knew he was gonna get an opportunity to get a lot of shots up, and he's taking full advantage of it. And what he on a 1 year, right?
In 1 year.
Y'all gonna have to pay up.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all going same way we gonna have to do it quickly. But the difference is with Lonnie Walker, he's an unrestricted free agent, right? So y'all don't even get the chance to match the offer sheet. If somebody offer him a contract that he liked, he could just take the offer and dip. You know what I mean? With quickly, we have the opportunity to offer to match the whatever offer he get. But I ain't got no smoke for Lonnie Walker, man. Shout out to him. He playing hella good basketball. But man, you quickly, he had a rough last two games, but he won us some games. I ain't gonna lie. Quick won us some games, man. But yeah, that's all I got on that. But Ben, you said compared to the Ben Simmons contract in value, Ben Simmons contract is worth a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Sugar free, not even a sugar free chocolate chip cookie, not even a good chocolate chip cookie. That's what his contract worth right now, bro. Y'all couldn't even pay nobody to take his contract. Nasty work.
Yeah, it's and again, I think amnesty clause for the fans that don't know what amnesty clause is. I'd already had this pulled up already for Ben Simmons. And again, there is, I don't know if you heard this because this is like a YouTube word that basketball podcasts are using. It's called glazing. Now, I for one think it's one of the funniest words I've heard in basketball terminology. But that being said, I'm an anti-glazing vlogger. I continue, right? So, amnesty clause is the NBA amnesty clause is a provision in the league collective bargaining agreement (CBA) that allows teams to waive a player and remove his salary from the team's salary cap. This means that a franchise can cut a player without having to pay the total amount of their contract, and the player becomes a free agent who can sign with another team. The clause was designed to help teams get out of bad contracts, Simmons contract, and create more financial flexibility in the league. Amnesty players are waived and still paid the remaining amount of their contract. This is the answer to Ben Simmons' situation. See, Tom bringing this up. I think last season, I don't think we're available to do it until next season. But as soon as that's available, I think the Brooklyn Nets should go forward with doing that. I said
Absolutely.
I think that the Brooklyn Nets should expect Ben Simmons to play north of 45 to 50 games. I maxed out at 55 games. That was my expectations. And what I will be willing to say is at max, they won't let him play these first 30 games so he could play the last part of the season and even be healthy for the postseason. That's as best as I could do. Other than that, I'm gonna be honest. I'm out on Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, I've endured enough. You know what I mean? It's only so I might as well go to. I could run for mayor the way I was. You know what I'm saying? The way I was being able to maneuver words around Ben Simmons and how he could come back and do this and do that. But it comes a time, even maybe a small fan, a little fan, and even a big fan gets tired. You either playing or you not playing. I'm annoyed when I see you clapping on the sideline.
I ain't gonna lie.
What you clapping for? What you clapping about?
Ben Simmons is y'all Jerome James, bro.
It's terrible, man.
We had a player named Jerome James who gave a lot of money, especially at that time in the NBA. It was a lot of money. And he sat on the bench damn near the whole time. And that's Ben Simmons, bro. Word. That's Ben Simmons. You know why you don't know who Jerome James is? This is Jay.
No.
Jay, you know why you don't know? Because he was on a bench the whole time. He was on the bench the whole time, bro. And he got a huge contract. Yeah, I mean, I told you. That's all I can say. I told you, bro. I told you this was going to happen. I said either two things. He's broken for real and don't want to play basketball, or two, he really got a back injury and those things don't go away. Like, you had to get surgery on your back. No, Allen Houston played, though. You know what I mean? That's the difference. Allen Houston played, and he played pretty all right. You know what I mean? He played pretty all right until he had to retire because of knee injuries. I guess in that aspect, you could say that it's similar. But Ben Simmons ain't play all right for y'all. Not once. Not once. He played all right.
Yeah, I don't want to
So
have that conversation. Allen
yeah,
Houston have way more productivity for the Knicks
yeah,
than Ben Simmons had for the Brooklyn
yeah.
Nets. I'm not
So
even.
that's why I
I'm
said
not doing
Jerome James, because Jerome James is always on the bench. But what you would call it? Yeah, what I was saying, I just lost my train of thought. Damn.
I don't know. We was talking about Ben Simmons. You said I told you so,
Oh yeah,
and
I
then
told you
you
so.
in the
I said
comments.
either two things can happen. Either he's really broken and don't want to play basketball for real, or two, he really has an injury that he had to have a surgery on his back. And if that's the case, he's never going to be the same. That is the start of the decline. I understand that he's a young man. I think he's like 26, 27.
Yeah,
But still, your back is your back, right? No matter how you wanna, your back is your back. And if he's really hurt, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? If he's that hurt that after we had heard so many reports of how he's 100% healthy and ready to go for the season, and he already so early in the season is missing substantial time due to that same back injury, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. It's either one of those two things. He's broken, don't want to play basketball, making excuses. My fault, Big Fan Breeze. I'm gonna land the plane. Either he's broken and don't want to play basketball for real and just trying to collect his checks, or he's really hurt. Either way, it's not looking good. Spinal. Spinal, Mike Tyson voice.
yeah. Nah. Again, I agree with those sentiments for the most part. But at the end of the day, what I was trying to get to is what dogs are made of, and sometimes it be the hunger to get a big contract. I see that in Lonnie Walker. I see that in even Spence. People say all of this and that about Spence, but Spence trying to get a bag. I think the Brooklyn Nets do right by Spence this time round. I don't think they send him to the Washington Wizards. I think he plays exceptionally well, and the productivity that we asking from Ben Simmons, we getting from Spencer Dinwiddie. Spencer Dinwiddie is a two-way threat. The defense has to play it honest. Dinwiddie could hit the three. He could go to the paint and draw the foul, or he could facilitate. And if Ben Simmons was putting up the same numbers that Spencer Dinwiddie was putting up, we'd be a way better team. But Ben Simmons only played 5 out of 18 games. That means he missed 18 games. If Ben Simmons, I'd rather be a vlogger saying Ben Simmons should have been playing better and if he played 18 games. It just hurt to know that he only played 5 games because we thought him taking all of that time off in the first 2 seasons he was here would be enough for him to be, ready to compete at an NBA level. And I can't speak to that. I can't speak to that yet. But I do feel like Ben Simmons has talent. I just don't know if he's someone like a Kobe who's willing to play through injury. And respectfully, I don't know if Kobe ever played through a back injury. But that being said, I'm just saying the mindset wise. But I don't want to be long-winded. But what I will say is we got to play better. We were pretty much like a 500 ball club with Cam Thomas not in the rotation. Cam Thomas is back. I watched the interview with Cam Thomas, and he was pretty much, you know what I'm saying? Seemed like a real confident player. He seemed like, him and JJ Redick, they was talking. They got a little history because of AAU basketball. I think they played for the same coach. I think in high school or something like that, EBYL, something like that. And basically, a few things I learned about Cam Thomas. One, he learned that step back from James Harden before he got to the Brooklyn Nets. He said James Harden was his favorite player at one time. Two, he's still close with Kyrie Irving. And he said what he learned from Kyrie Irving is finishing with the left. He said, yeah, I finished with the left. I know how to do it. But Kyrie Irving Cam Thomas said Kyrie Irving is the best left-hander finisher he ever seen or something to that effect. And that's how he learned from Kyrie Irving being on the same team.
That was crazy.
And he said, what he said? He said he didn't really learn from Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant 7 foot, he could just see over his defender. So I thought the interview was dope. I thought that for the most part in his first 2 seasons, he was shy to the camera, didn't really want to be vocal or speak much. But I think this last off season, he had an interview, and then I seen this interview. I like the fact that he's open up to being vocal because New York media is always looking for pause, to put the mic in your face and have you say something. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, him being able to handle that pressure from the media shows to me that he is what we thought he was, and that's a great player. He scored 26 in 25 minutes. I could go on and on about what he does, but we're gonna need Cam Thomas. We're gonna need Cam Thomas to be consistent, and from what I've seen thus far, he will be that. I think he will be a top 10 scorer in this league this season. That's how I feel about Cam Thomas.
Yeah. Jay, that was crazy. Beth head differential was crazy. I told the pause. I said pause. It's crazy. But nah, I ain't got no smoke for Cam Thomas, man. The score 26 points on your first game back after missing. How many games did he miss? He missed a lot of games.
He missed 22 days and 9 games.
9 games after missing 9 games and scoring 26 points on 11 for 21. That's impressive. You know what I mean? That's impressive. I ain't got no smoke for Cam Thomas. But yeah, to switch up the topic just a tad, well, not a tad, a lot. I wasn't able to do Knicks and Ish for the last two games. Shout out to Kevin and Mrs. Knicks for holding down the fort while your boy was putting in work. You know what I mean? Unpaused. That was crazy. But there's rumors. There's always rumors. There's always rumors surrounding the Knicks, especially when it's disgruntled stars. Excuse me, and disgruntled stars, and the Knicks always is involved in trade talks, in rumors, trade rumors. Yeah, that's facts. So now the latest one is that the DeMar DeRozan is probably on the move. The Chicago Bulls is probably going to blow up that team. And DeMar DeRozan saying that the Knicks and the Miami Heat is his preferred destinations. Here's T-Tom's take on that. No. Keep DeMar DeRozan away from my basketball club. He's 34 years old. He's on an expiring contract, which could be good. Like, he's on an expiring contract. That's the only one benefit, right? But he's 34 years old. Absolutely. The Bucks just lost to Chicago, bro. With a healthy Giannis and Dame Lillard. They just lost to Chicago, bro. And Chicago was dirt. So do I think my team could beat a team that the Chicago Bulls just beat? Absolutely. All day in America. You feel me? And they were healthy. There's no excuses. You can't say no Giannis didn't play, no Dame Lillard didn't play. They can't say none of that. They can't say Middleton didn't play. Everybody played, and they lost to the Bulls. So to think that my team could beat them, absolutely all day in America. But back to what I was saying. We keep DeRozan away from my team. Keep him away from my team, bro. 34 years old is not just going to cost. We're not just going to get him for nothing. We're going to have to send some young talent away to get this 34-year-old man who's a perennial loser. He's a perennial loser, bro. Outside of the success that he had with Toronto when that core base around him was phenomenal, they had some decent playoff success. I don't think they went to the finals or nothing, but I think they made like to the Eastern Conference Seminole a couple times with him there. But then he got traded for Kawhi Leonard, and that very same team won a championship. The same exact team that they traded. It was a player-for-player swap. They won a championship. Then he goes to the Spurs. The Spurs was ass. Every year he was there. Ass. Then he goes to Chicago. Chicago had a little spurt when they was winning games. But as soon as Alonzo Ball got injured, they was ass ever since. And why would I want that guy on my team making $29 million a year at 34 years old and have to probably trade away Quentin Grimes, Emmanuel Quickly? One of those guys got to go. One of those, and I don't want that. The only way, which I know is not a possibility, that this will happen. The only way I would consider this trade, if they were to take Evan Fournier and a shit ton of protected first round draft picks. I'll do that. Absolutely. Sign me up. But anything more than that, I'm not willing to give away none of our young players for DeMar DeRozan. So he could stay his old ass right where he at. And I land the plane there.
Yeah, we're not big in trade talks. But like you said, Knicks is always in trade talks. To me, trade talks don't shake me up so much because the Nets is an unpredictable front office, in my opinion. But shout out to Sean Marks. I did not see us signing Lonnie Walker in the offseason, but I'm glad he did it. So, that was pretty much the last decision I've seen that he made. He got Lonnie Walker, he got Trendon Watford. I think he had a great offseason, and I think that we were hasty with the KD Kyrie thing and giving a lot of power to the players about who should be on the roster. And I think Sean Marks is shying away from that now. So I don't think that we do anything hasty because at the end of the day, this is Jacque Vaughn's first group, and you kind of want to see them in the 82 game season together. I like our core in Clax, Mikal Bridges, CJ, Cam Thomas, Lonnie Walker, Trendon Watford, Day'Ron Sharpe. He again part of the reason why we the number one rebounding team is definitely because of Day'Ron Sharpe. So we got a young core, but that being said, again, all of those things that I like about the core, I don't necessarily want to put them not being a good defensive team on them specifically. I kind of want to put it on the coach, and the reason why I said that is because when Kenny Atkinson was had the Nets a top 10 team when he won one of those seasons, Jacque Vaughn was the interim coach, and I guess Kenny Atkinson was out for one reason or another. And for 10 games, Jacque Vaughn was 7-3. So I think some of that is why my expectations was what it was. But again, that carries over. I figure what he learned, I figure what Jacque Vaughn learned from Kenny would carry over as far as defensive style of play. So I gave Jacque Vaughn that credit, but from the beginning of the season, 18 games in, I have not seen that. So I cannot give Jacque Vaughn that. I cannot consider him a good defensive style coach. And I think that is what makes us a 500 ball club. If we're going to be above a 500 ball club, I think I think our offense could stay at 11th. We don't have to be a better offense than scoring 128 points. We just can't let the other team score 129 points.
Y'all not at 11. Y'all at 10. Y'all top 10.
Oh, okay,
offense.
but even with us being a top 10, the success of the Brooklyn Nets, even with KD, Kyrie, and Harden, we were one of the best offensive teams in the league, if not the number one best offensive team, breaking the NBA record that season. We still had two of our offensive players go down, and part of the reason why we didn't get past the second round. The significance of me saying that is if you establish a defensive mindset and have schemes that back or reinforce your mindset as a coach or coaching style, then you could plug and play defense more than you can plug and play offense. You can't plug and play a bucket. You know what I'm saying? You can't plug and play a Cam Thomas. But you can plug and play a defensive style or mindset or game designed to protect the basket and protect the perimeter. You got to protect the perimeter, especially nowadays in the way the game is played. The three-pointer is more prevalent than it's ever been. And whether you want to credit that to Steph Curry or not, that's neither here nor there. But the fact that part of the reason why we're the 22nd best defensive team is because of the way we're defending the perimeter, not necessarily defending the paint. It's not like they're just scoring on us everywhere on the floor. With being 22nd rank, it looked like it, but it's really the three ball and us not being able to defend it the right way. I see a lot of late contests. I see a lot of lazy contests or no contests. I think as a team, we got to be able to compete more on the defensive side of the ball. We just have to.
Before I make a comment on that, I want to ask you: Is this comment true? I just need to know, like, are y'all playing a lot of zone?
Yeah.
Y'all playing a lot of zone.
Yeah. To me, it's too much zone. I don't like it.
So check it, and this is my thoughts on that. Like, when you have a player like Nick Clax in the paint, you don't need to play zone. You don't need to. You need to play stingy perimeter defense, and then he'll make up all the mistakes. He'll rotate when guys break down the defense, and then someone covers his man when he rotates. You know what I mean? If y'all play, that sounds to me while y'all struggling with the 3-point line. That's the major weakness of the zone defense. It gives up a lot of open 3-point shots.
Yeah.
And that's to me that's a coaching snafu, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't need you got Nicholas Claxton, bro. Like
Mm-hmm.
I always give Nick Claxton credit. You know what I mean? As a basketball player, you got him. You don't need to play zone. That's like to contrast to the Knicks. The Knicks almost never play zone. You
Mm-hmm.
know why? Because we got Mitchell Robinson and
Mm-hmm.
Hartenstein. Like we don't need to play zone. So
No,
we never
totally.
we do a lot of lazy contesting and we play drop coverage. So we give up a lot of 3-pointers because we play drop coverage. But I get why we play drop coverage. But sometimes guys don't get over the screen with gusto, as my guy Clyde would say, to contest
Mm-hmm.
the threes. So that give us give up a lot of threes. But for y'all, it seems like Jack Vaughn don't have faith in y'all guarding on the perimeter. That's why he's got y'all playing zone, which don't make sense to me. You
Yeah, I was
got
about to
Mikal,
say.
you got Mikal Bridges. Kim Johnson is not CJ is not a bad perimeter defender. He's not great, but he's not bad. Y'all got great switchability on the perimeter. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? Dinwiddie is your point. He's solid on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Who Lonnie Walker has been running too since Cam has been out, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Lonnie Walker, he out today, but yeah, he been
Yeah.
hooping. He
So
been hooping.
Lonnie Walker is again not a great defender, but solid. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
got great switchability. There's no reason for with the way that your roster is constructed, y'all should be running a lot of zone. That's
Yeah,
bad coaching in my eyes.
yeah. No, again, he fixed what was wrong with the Nets in the rebounding perspective. With number one, and if you look at the seasons prior and what we were rebounding, we were terrible. We kind of like switched. We gave up, you know, we gave up a lot of rebounding, and that's how they were scoring the ball because of offensive rebounding, and they'd be able to kick it back out for three or put it back up and draw a foul or whatever the case is. We fixed that. There's not a lot of that, but it's way too many 3-pointers. There's no
Yeah.
balance. If you're a top 10 offense, if you're a top 10 defense, you're a good basketball team. That is a good basketball team. Maybe not the best in the league, but there's what's the word? Parity. You know what I mean? You
It,
get a little bit of both. You know what I'm saying?
it's not too many
Dominant
teams in
on
the
one side and
yeah,
trash on the other side. Like,
it's not too many teams in the NBA that end up being top 10 in both offense and defense. These are just the facts, right?
but I
So a
at least
lot of
want to be on the
yeah.
15 and under.
No,
Like,
so I'm kind of
give me
agreeing with
that.
what you're saying. I'm agreeing with what you're saying. If you're a top 10 in offense and defense, you in my eyes, you have a shot to make a deep run in the playoffs, right?
Mm.
Because if you look at every championship team, most of the time, it's always an exception to the rule. You know what I mean? But most of the time, a large majority of the time, the team is top 10 in offense, top 10 in defense. You know what I mean? Almost all the time. So if you looking to have great success in the NBA and make playoff runs, that's something that needs to be a goal to be equally as good on both ends of the basketball. But I will say I disagree with you in the beginning of the season when you said that you guys was going to be one of the best defensive teams in the NBA.
Mm.
But I would be lying if I said I thought y'all would be this bad defensively.
Yeah, this
Like
is.
I thought y'all would be like middle of the pack, like to upper middle of the pack when it comes to defense. But to be 22nd is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's hard to win that way. The farmers markets are only successful at trading baskets, not NBA teams. I'm gonna keep saying that until they feel some type of way. I seen a interview with Mikal Bridges. He said some of the fans are dumb, but some of them are smart. Like, yeah, we know you gotta give it takes away from your defense, but I'd rather it didn't. I'd rather you didn't even do nothing on the offensive side of the ball if it's gonna take that much away from your defense. I'd rather see Mikal Bridges a defensive playmaker before an offensive playmaker. That's just how I feel about it. Listen, I'm gonna be honest. I would love to stay all day. I can't, but I do want to get to the predictions. What I will say is from 2 weeks ago, I wasn't that right. You know what I'm saying? I definitely had us beating some of the teams that we lost to. But I'll get into the predictions for next game. Well, not next game, but until next week. And I'm not scared to be wrong. I'll tell you that because I've been wrong. a lot of these episodes this season. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Hold on, here we go. The schedule is first we got Orlando. They actually this is just a quick summary. I'm gonna do a recap to the game tonight. Y'all know I'll be doing the late night streams. I appreciate y'all for pulling up because it do be late. We play Orlando today at home at the Barclays. It'd be nice to get this win. You know what I'm saying? It'd be nice to get this win since we didn't make the play-in tournament, right? We got 2 games and playing Atlanta and the Wizards, and I think okay, so that we played Atlanta. No, we play Washington next Friday. So before we come back, we got 3 games. We got Orlando, Atlanta, and Washington. You know what I'm saying? So I want to say 3-0, but respectfully, I'm not feeling a 3-0 situation because our defense is terrible. I think that Washington, we could beat Washington. And respectfully, I don't know if we beat these 2 teams in Orlando and Brooklyn. So I definitely got us 1 and 2 in a situation. Optimistically, I'd say Jacque Vaughn learned his lesson because he did say in a post-game interview that he knows that we gave up too many points in the first half with the team scoring 73 points in the first half. So he acknowledged that. And that's my thing. For you to be a good coach, you got to take accountability for when things didn't go the way you wanted it to go on the defensive and offensive side of the ball. And some of this I contribute to defensive schemes. And again, y'all already know the other day I pulled up zones, I done pulled up man to man, I was reading it and all of that, trying to figure out what could go right. And again, to emphasis on what you were saying, man to man is the best approach for the defensive schemes for the Brooklyn Nets, and I'll say why. Last season and pretty much last season, and the success of Nick Claxton came from them pretty much running a man-to-man and kind of funneling them to Nick Claxton. You know, and so Nick Claxton could come over from the weak side and get the block, and at minimum, contest the shot. You understand? So it's not a good look at the basket. So with him doing those 2 things, made us better than 22nd. You understand what I'm saying? I think we need to get back to that if we're going to have any type of success versus the Orlando Magic, especially today, because they have a big team. You know, these guys on their team, they like 6'8". I think the smallest guard they got is probably, I think 2. They got Cole Anthony and they got Suggs. So, you know, they small guards, but for the most part, they're going to be going to the paint to try to score the ball. You know what I mean? Try to draw fouls, get Claxton on the bench. It's going to be a tough act for us. I think it's going to be close. It's at the Barclays. We go on the road after this game. No. Yeah, we go on the road for 1 game, and then we come back the next game. So pretty much this is a big home stretch for us, and we need to win these next 2 home games we got. That road game might be tough, but you know what? I'm going to go on a limb. And say that we're going to win that Atlanta game, not necessarily the Orlando game, but the Atlanta game, because Mikal Bridges said he never beat Atlanta in his entire NBA career. Sheesh. You got to want some get back, bro. You got to want some get back. So hopefully Mikal Bridges find it in him to just say, you know what, forget me scoring 40 plus on Atlanta because it don't mean more than my defensive playmaking. Lock up on Trae Young and guard him in the last part of the game. Don't leave Nick Claxton on the island to guard these quick guards. You know what I'm saying? It's tough for him. It's a tough act for him, and it's not really what he do. He can guard him, but I think Mikal Bridges should guard the perimeter player before Nick Claxton. But I got us 2. Matter of fact, I got us 2 and 3 before we come back next episode.
You mean 2? No, 2 and 1.
2 out of 3. So yeah, 2 and 1. Yeah,
so 2 and 1. All right. So respectfully, I got y'all 1 and 2. I mean, 1 and 2. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's 1 and 2. Orlando, these guys is balling right now, bro. Mm-hmm. Orlando, they're balling right now. I really have a hard time seeing y'all beating Orlando. The Hawks is putting up numbers on everybody, bro. You know what I mean? They putting numbers up on everybody, and we just did a whole segment on talking about how y'all not playing great defense, especially from the perimeter. Bogey and Trae Young might light y'all up. In Atlanta, they might light y'all up. And I don't see Mikal Bridges breaking his never beat Atlanta streak this week. Washington, y'all got that. Washington's ass.
Yeah.
Washington is ass. Y'all got that all day in America. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
What about the Knicks? What's your prediction for the Knicks next week?
Yeah, I got you right now. So to start this off, to start this off, my predictions from 2 weeks ago was pretty spot on. I think I had us 2-1, and that's exactly what we went, beating the Hornets, and losing to the Timberwolves, then beating the Heat. But this upcoming week, we play Tuesday in the in-season tournament quarterfinals against the Bucks. I got us winning that game. I like the way my team has been gelling. The ball movement, especially in the last game with 30 assists, I think is going to be important. The key to that game is don't let the other guys go off. Giannis is going to do what Giannis does, and you're just going to have to live with that. But you can't have the other guys having great games, right? And if we could do that, we're going to win that game. I think we're going to be dominant on the boards as per usual, and we're going to win that game. After that, we play the Raptors again. No, we only play one game next week. It's crazy because of the
Playing
in-season
tournament.
tournament. Yeah, so
Yeah, in there, right?
Yeah, it's the quarterfinals. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the quarterfinals, the knockout round.
So y'all don't necessarily know who y'all play depending on who wins or loss or something like that?
Yeah. So as of right now, we only got one game next week, and it's against the Bucks, and I got us winning that. It's going to be a tough battle. I think Dame Lillard hasn't looked like himself. You know what I mean? So Bill A. Spliff was good, my guy.
What up?
Yeah. But what you call it? Dame Lillard ain't been really looking like himself, and I don't see him getting off to a good start against us. And Brook Lopez is starting to show. He had some good games, don't get me wrong, but for the most part, he hasn't been looking like he has the last 3 or 4 years in Milwaukee. Looking a little bit step slow. I think we could take advantage of that. Yeah, and Middleton he's poop, bro. He's dirt. Middleton, they got to get rid of that guy, bro. He making too much money to be playing the way he been playing. Another guy I feel like we could take advantage of, especially if it's ever a switch and he ends up getting matched up on Julius Randle. I want Julius Randle to do what he does, go to the paint, and use his size pause on the mismatch. Jalen Brunson going to do what Jalen Brunson does. I don't care who they put on him. I'm looking for Jalen Brunson 30-plus points in that game. I'm trying to tell y'all. Listen to what I'm telling y'all right now. Jalen Brunson, 30-plus points against the Milwaukee Bucks. You feel me? And I need quickly to get back in a groove and step up the way he has been so far this season. And if that happens, I need Julius Randle have a calm 20, 10, and 5 game. You feel me? On high efficiency. Less 3-pointers. I don't want to see him take more than 4 3-pointers for the game. I need RJ to give us an efficient 15, 6, and 3. You know what I mean? Efficiency is key. I need Quickly to come off and give us a solid 15. I need Dante DiVincenzo to come off the bench and give us a solid 10. And I think that's how we win. Again, Giannis is going to do what he do. Can't let nobody else go crazy. And that's how we win and advance to the semis. You know what I mean?
Nah, I hear that. Listen, man, we 9-9. I'm trying to.
I'm gonna warn y'all now. I'm not saying that I believe that we're going to, but if it happens, if the Knicks win the in-season tournament championship, right? I'm not accepting no jokes from net fans about this the only championship. If you do that, prepare for the roasting of your life. Just know that. You know what I mean? So tread lightly. If the Knicks win the in-season tournament, congratulate us and move on. You know what I mean? Or don't say nothing at all. I don't even care if you don't. Just tread lightly with jokes, because I'm going to be here for all the smoke. Just letting you know. I'm gonna let it play there.
I mean, again, we didn't get in it because of point differential. We were 3-1, and as a Nets fan, if we 3-1 out of 4 games, I'm happy. If we ain't get in because of a point differential, whatever. Because of that, our competition is Washington and Atlanta. I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? And not to mention, we play 83 games, and you have to kind of play a game right before the playoffs. That's what I don't like about the in-season tournament is that just the whole risk of a player getting injured right before the playoffs.
Yeah.
So that being said, nah, I ain't really feeling that part of the in-season tournament. But from what I could see thus far, the fans like it. Again, like I said, I like our court. I thought it was dope. But the Chicago Bull one, I ain't really like that one. But
That
not
shit
to
was nasty.
yeah, but I digress.
Yo,
I hope we win this Orlando Magic game, man, for real. Um,
yo, this is Jay. I at first hated the idea. I didn't care, but now I kind of want to win the tournament, bro, because I didn't know that everybody get 500K. They give
yeah,
everybody 500K, bro. I didn't know that.
that's a bag.
Yeah. Well, maybe to like the stars of the team that money don't really matter as much. You know what I mean? But 500K is 500K. I don't care if you're a millionaire or not, right? But for the guys at the end of the bench that's helping the team practice every day, they put in a lot of work too, bro. Like that, they're the ones who help your team get better. They're playing those guys every day, right? So in practice and stuff like that. So it'd be dope for your team to be able to, bless those guys. I think Jalen Brunson or RJ said that. Like, they want to win it for those guys. And I'm like, that's a dope reason, you know what I mean? But yeah, who don't want to go to Vegas and have a chance to win a 500K, bro? That sounds like a good time to me. That's another thing that worried me too, that is in Vegas. You feel me? Like right before the playoffs. Niggas gonna turn up, bro.
I mean, I think it's good because they want to make an expansion team with Las Vegas, but outside of that facet of it, I don't. I like the 500K for each player too. I do like that, but yeah. I don't. Not to be long winded. We not in it. You know what I mean? I ain't got much to say about it. Whoever win it. I just hope we win our games. You know what I'm saying? To answer Jerome Flex, he says before I leave, he says, question for you, Breezy. Do you feel CT needs to bring more to the game than shooting? He has. He's not a cone. I seen the Charlotte Hornets go at him late in the game, and it was just him on an ISO. He contested, and that player missed the shot. So his defense is good. It's all solid. It's not the best defense in the whole wide world, but it's he not no cone. You can't try to use him like, all right, I need a basket. Let me go versus Cam Thomas. Nah, he going to compete. I heard him speak to that in the JJ Redick interview. He said, me and Jacque Vaughn have a better rapport. We have a better relationship than we did when I first got here. And it's because I went the extra mile to do the things that he was asking me to do outside scoring the ball. And I've seen him play solid defense, and I've seen him be a good rebounder. And again, that speaks to the Jacque Vaughn's coaching style and why we're number one rebounding team in the league. So I hope I answered your question. But yeah, man, hold on.
Barry, real quick to Barry. Barry, listen. Y'all, congratulations. Y'all won by a turnaround fadeaway 3-pointer out of bounds, and we lost by a in and out 3-pointer. Like that was the difference in the game, bro. Like, congratulations. Y'all didn't wash us up. Y'all won a close game, bro. So stop talking like you guys washed us up. Get over it. Y'all won. That was like 2 weeks ago, bro. Find something new to talk about. You know what I mean?
If you seen when I did the show for the StreamYard part and we didn't go live yet, he jumped in the comments and said he was looking for you. He was on my show, a Nets fan show, looking for you because of that Suns game. I was like, KD didn't even play that game. I thought it was funny because KD didn't even play.
You know, it's mad funny.
He's talking about Suns versus Knicks in the tournament. He's saying that, do you think that y'all going to see each other in the tournament?
I don't know. I don't even know how the brackets work. Is it East West? I don't know.
It's 6 groups. I don't know what's going on.
All I'm focused on is beating the Bucks. You feel me? Like, That's my immediate goal. I don't know who we play next. I'm not trying to fantasize about who we playing next. All I know, what's in front of us is the Milwaukee Bucks, and we got to handle business there. And if we do play y'all, we gonna wash y'all up this time. Niggas is angry. We took all our anger out on who we played after y'all. I think we played the Hawks and the Hornets after it. We played the Suns. Yep. Took all our anger out on them. Beat them by like 20, 24. You know what I mean? So yeah.
We
But
gonna
I'm
see,
not looking,
man.
bro. We could double or nothing, Playboy. What you talking about? You know betting don't scare T-Tom, bro. Like this is what I do, bro. I talk. If I talk about it, I'm ready to put my money where my mouth is. Pause. You know what I mean? Like, so double or nothing. What's up? I don't care if KD play this time, bro. KD been playing and y'all still been losing. Like, what that mean to me, bro? That mean to me? That means nothing to me. Ain't nobody scared of Kevin Durant, bro.
Hey, listen, it's heating up between Barry and T-Tom. I'm staying out of this. I got
Yo,
nothing to do with this.
Barry, double or nothing. What's up? You know what I mean? Double or nothing. Whether it's the in-season tournament or the next time we play each other, double or nothing. Bet. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Barry. Now you talking my language. Now you
That's a
talking
big
my
20
language, bro.
piece right there.
Now you talking my language, Barry. Word. Whether it be the in-season tournament or the next time the Knicks and the Suns play, it's double or nothing. Got you. Yeah. But I know you got to go, bro. I don't mean to hold you up. You know what I mean?
But yo, shout to I missed it last week, but again, man, I always have fun doing this. Shout to T-Tom. Shout to the Knicks fans and all the other fans. I feel like Nets fans is the best fans. Y'all know that. And I'll be back for the recap tonight. We play Orlando at 7. I'll see y'all later tonight, man.
Yeah, I'll be watching that game. I might pull up and I don't be trolling, but I might have a comment here or there if I pull up if I'm awake. Right. You know what I mean? Because you be going live late.
Yeah, I do. I don't be tripping. I pulled up to your stream the other day. They erased my comment. I just put my hands up like, oh man. I don't even think I trolled. But I said something to the effect of the conversation, but I didn't troll. But shout to Nixon Ish. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'll be back later tonight, man. Hopefully we beat Orlando, and I was wrong, and we beat 3-3. We'll see.
Yo, shout out to everybody in the comments. If you haven't already, press the share button. If you're not subscribed already, subscribe. All that good stuff. And likes. Likes are important too, you know what I mean? So all that, you know what I mean? Do all that. Like, share. Y'all already commented. So we holla.
All right, later, y'all. Peace.